Carr.
Okay, let us all go to the throne. Father God, we come today as representing the district and the children, the youth, and we ask you that your spirit be present with us, bind anything that's negative or out of order that has nothing to do with what we do. We give you full control over the things that we make decisions on. So we give you praise in advance for order, and we all say thank God and amen.
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 Next, we have the pledge. I pledge allegiance
Pledge allegiance
To the flag
Right.
of the
of the
United
United
States
States
of America,
America.
or
and
to the republic
republic for which it
for which
stands,
it stands, one
One
nation,
nation.
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible, with
liberty and
liberty and
justice for
justice
all.
for all.
Okay, next on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda, giving the board president discretion to take items out of order or in executive session. May I have a motion?
So moved by Ms. Adams.
Second.
Second by
We have
Betty Carr.
motion by the second was by Mr. Lockett, Ms. Carr. We had a motion by Ms. Adams, a second by Mr. Lockett. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Ms. Adams,
Yes.
Mr. Lockett,
Yes.
Ms. Carr,
Yes.
Mr. Clark, Mr. Clark, Ms. Clay, Ms. Clay, Ms. Galladay,
Yes,
Mr. Greenwood, Mr. Greenwood.
we have 4 yeas, motion passed. Do we have any recognitions?
Yes, ma'am, we do. Sidney Kaufman will start our recognitions, but we have one very special recognition that we want to start off with. And I would support that after we do this first special recognition, that we give the board members a chance to make any comments that they would like to share with the public. And of course, the administration will have a few other things to say also. Mrs. Kaufman, are you ready?
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good
Tonight,
evening.
we are honoring Kenneth Williams for his 24 years of board service. East St. Louis School District 189 salutes resigning school board member Kenneth Williams Sr. for his 24 years of service. Mr. Kenneth Williams began his tenure on the School District 189 School Board in 1996 and resigned in December of 2020. During this time, Mr. Williams served in many leadership roles, including board president from 2017 to 2019. Mr. Williams believed in a hands-on approach and was a highly active, engaged, and dedicated board member. In addition to consistent participation in board and committee meetings, he could often be found visiting school campuses to check on staff, students, and the conditions of school buildings. With his boundless energy, he valued opportunities to attend student activities and was an avid supporter of student athletics, often traveling to out of town games. Superintendent Culver says, "I could always count on Mr. Williams to pay attention to details. He knew details mattered, from the cleanliness of school bathrooms to tracking student achievement data to monitoring district spending. He took his role as a school board member seriously. And we are grateful to the leadership and dedicated service Kenneth has provided," noted School Board President R.C. Clark. Superintendent Culver continued, "He has been a strong advocate for the career and technical education program and efforts for youth to explore and develop career skills. I believe this is a strong part of his lasting legacy for School District 189. Kenneth Williams Sr. also has deep commitment to his family and his community. He has been married to his wife, Sheila Williams, for 42 years and is father to Kenneth Jr. and the late Kervin Williams. All of his children and grandchildren attended School District 189. The value of education runs strong in the family, as Sheila Williams serves as the Family and Community Engagement Coordinator at Vivian Adams Early Childhood Center, and Kenneth Williams Jr. serves as a Homeless Attendance Truancy Officer at Mason Clark Middle School. Mr. Williams has dependably been employed with Chick Fritz Distributing Company for 42 years. And as a lifelong proud resident of the community, he has dedicated his time and energy through additional service roles, including precinct committeeman and now as a member on the St. Clair County Board of Review. The current Board of Education, Superintendent Arthur Culver, staff, and students recognize the strong commitment, leadership, and support Mr. Kenneth Williams Sr. consistently shared during his tenure of service. School District 189 is deeply grateful for the 24 years he served on the Board of Education, and we know his love of School District 189 and the community persists. Although leaving the board, his engagement will merely take on a different form. We know he will continue to cheer on and advocate for School District 189 students as he has for more than 2 decades. So thank you, Mr. Williams.
Yeah, and just from the administration's point of view, Mr. Williams, we really are going to miss you. You've just been, I'm serious, you've just been a tremendous support for the administration. I tell you, you have eyes and ears everywhere. And there are just so many things that I wouldn't have known about had it not been for conversations that I had with you. It could be from a student that's in need of help and support, a family that might need help and support, a building that's not being kept as clean as it should. I mean, you name it. And again, there's just nothing that we could say briefly or in many words that would truly underscore the value that you brought to not only the board, but also to the administration. And I also want to thank your wife, Sheila Williams, and your entire family, because I know that the dedication that you showed and always demonstrated for the school district, I know it had to take away from some of your personal time, family time, and even time from your job. But again, you're one of the most involved board members that I've ever encountered anywhere. And I'm saying that in a good way, because there's so many things, again, that traps that we didn't go, that didn't hurt us or harm us because of a heads up that we received from you, because of the connection and the relationships that you had with people in the community, as well as district-wide. So again, thank you, and we wish you nothing but the best. And the Board of Review are fortunate to get you because they're going to get someone that's dedicated, that's timely, that does their homework, and also that's a leader. So again, thank you for your commitment for 24 years on this Board of Education.
Superintendent, I'd like to say something because
Yes,
I
ma'am.
served years with Kenneth. And Kenneth was not only an excellent board member, but he was a good friend. And one thing about Kenneth, he displayed wisdom beyond his years. And like you said, he really should have been a detective because he could find out what was going on and he would share that information. As president, Kenneth shared with us everything that he knew about. He was an excellent board president. And Kenneth served not only as president, but he was the treasurer. So I'd like to thank you, Kenneth, for becoming a good friend, for helping me through the many years that we served together, because you guys had 2 years on me, and you shared your knowledge, you shared the information, you made me feel welcome, you taught me so much that I now know, and I will always appreciate you. So thanks, Kenneth. And I look forward to seeing you at the Board of Review. My taxes need to be lowered.
Mr. Culver, I'd like to take a moment and thank Mr. Williams. Yes, Mr. Williams is very dedicated, but personally, Mr. Williams, I want to thank you for giving me an opportunity as a new board member. You gave me the opportunity to be your board secretary, and I tried to be as diligent as possible because you taught me not only to work the position, but to be committed and to pay attention to detail, just like Superintendent Culver said you did. And so I don't believe that I could have garnered the knowledge that I have without being under your tutelage. And I also want you to know the gravity that you have instilled in me about our spending. I like to spend. I don't mind spending money if I have it, but your frugalness has taught me to be more diligent with our tax dollars. I appreciate the fact that not only do you care about the kids in the buildings, but you're somebody that graduated from our district, that lives in our district, that impacts our district. And so I need to truly express my gratitude for you and all of the years, 24 years that you've been here. And I've taken that for granted. And I want you to know that if you impacted no one else in the district, you have truly empowered my passion towards these students and doing right by our students and our citizens. I appreciate you for ushering in a new generation of board members, and so that we are more diligent in what we do. And I don't think that people truly understand how, as board president, how much tutelage you gave by calling me every other day and say, no, this is not how you do this. This is how it should be done. This is what's right for our students. And so I aspire to be like you. And don't do that, because you know I'll start crying. I aspire to be like you. And I just truly need to voice in front of everybody how much I appreciate you, because most people don't give others the opportunity to be seated next to them or to be seated with them. And I have to just say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah. Also, I would like, we did give Kenneth a nice plaque, and I don't know if Abe has it to display it, but at least we could let Sydney read what's displayed on the plaque.
Yes, you can see a small picture on the screen.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it says 24 years Service Award 1996 through 2020, Kenneth Williams Sr., in recognition of your unwavering support and devotion to the students of East St. Louis School District 189 through your leadership and service on the Board of Education. Presented by the East St. Louis School District 189 Board of Education members and Superintendent Arthur R. Culver. And
Okay, I'd like to.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead,
I'm sorry, I didn't know
Mrs.
you were not finished. I couldn't tell
No,
if you
go
were finished or not. But I'd just like to comment also, I'm a new board member and I've learned a lot from Kenneth. And I appreciate you, Kenneth, for your role model, actually. And you're so knowledgeable. I just gleaned from your knowledge. You and Keisha was like to me, sitting there in the meetings a lot of times, you could learn from you two, and you two like kind of feed off of each other, and the knowledge was just powerful. And I appreciate you, and I wish you Godspeed, Kenneth, in your next endeavor, because you are moving up to the Board of Review. You're going to help and bless our city and our state. So Godspeed to you, Kenneth.
Thank you.
Is Mr. Williams there? Would he like to say something?
Yes, that's what I was just getting ready to ask you to please share some more sage wisdom.
I know that
Comments. Yes, sir.
you all want me to pay you for what the words you've said. I don't know.
I do.
I want mine by Cash App. Cash App.
But no, I think, thank you all for the words you said, and
Superintendent.
Yes, I'm sorry. Is that Mr. Clark?
Say something before you speak,
Okay.
Kenneth.
Yeah, I want to say something when you finish.
When I finish,
Or do you want,
Yes,
let's
sir.
let Kenneth, we want Kenneth to have the last word. If
Yeah.
that's okay with Mr. Williams.
Okay, well,
So why don't you go ahead right now, Mr. Clark, and
Yeah.
then we'll close out with Kenneth.
hey, Mr. Williams,
yes, sir.
can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Mr. Clark.
Hey, I love you, sir. And that's in a good
Love you.
way, all right?
Oh, I heard
Hey,
that, bro.
And you've been,
Appreciate it.
we sit and talked in front of my house during a sad time, and I got a lot of things out your way before then, but your commitment, I love your commitment.
Yes.
I love your strength. And I wish
Yeah.
you and
Thank you,
your
sir.
family much, much, much success going forward. Okay?
Appreciate it, Mr. Clark.
Thank you.
And you
Same
taught
to
me a
you.
lot.
Same to
Yeah,
you.
you taught me a lot. Okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yes. I hope you get better, and I'd like to see you out there at some of our meetings. But I'd like to first to give honor to God, that gave me the strength that
there you go.
I was able to serve 24 years.
24 years.
And I wouldn't change a thing, nothing I had done. I believe in once you get involved with something that you have to give it your best. And that's what I did.
You did, Kenneth.
And
you did, man. Yes, you did.
So I thank the district for allowing me to serve 24 years. I thank the residents. I thank all the people that voted for me every year. Every 4 years. They gave me those 24 years. And like I said, I wouldn't change a thing. I love the students.
Yes.
Every one of the board members, they know I laughed and joked with them, and
yes,
I gave them some hard times. But
oh my goodness, you sure did.
Hey, Kenneth. Hey, what did you just say?
I gave them some hard times. It was all in love.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead. We're gonna let you by with that, sir.
But
we can say, hey, that's what it's all about, Kenneth.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
And I know Superintendent Culver, like you said,
yes, sir.
We shared a lot of time together, good and bad. But
yes,
we used to always say 2 males. We would have our run-ins, but we would be talking the same night after we have our run-ins.
Right.
But
hey, Kenneth.
Huh?
Hey, Kenneth. Stop talking, man. You're doing something I haven't did in 5 years. You're making tears come to my eyes, man. Don't do that.
Keep going, Kenneth.
No, but like I said, I did it all in love and, like I said, in spirit, and I cared about everything that was going on in our district, and I still do.
Right.
I'm not far away. I still have passion for the district, for the kids, for everything. I'm just still one call away for any help you guys would need. But I tell you what, I thought I was going to really miss the district. I thought it was going to be rough for me, but I tell you, with the help of God, it helped me to move on, and I'm enjoying myself at the county.
Yeah.
So that was just another thing that God had plans for me to move on.
That's right.
And I felt I'd done a good job as I was there at the board. Like I said, I really didn't want to leave at the time, but there was other things stored for me. And I it's something that I think COVID, as bad as COVID has been for some people,
yes,
COVID was I'm not gonna say a blessing to me, but when I caught COVID, it gave me a lot of time to stay at home and think about what was going on in my life, and to understand that God was moving me on to something different, and it took that for me to be at home to understand that. So, and I'd like to thank my family, my wife, like you said, Superintendent, that has put up with me not being at home and being out and complain about this and complain about that. I try not to bring too much of it home, though. But I thank you guys so much. And I think back a couple things that was joyful to me was watching my kids, giving my 2 boys their diplomas and 2 of my grandkids their diplomas.
Yes.
Seeing that and handing it to them was, a great pleasure to me.
Yes.
And, I appreciate that. appreciate you guys giving me that time to do that. So,
Yes, sir.
but you know, I'm happy, and but I know it's gonna be, you know, things happening. You know, I have to move on. So that's been my thing, to move on. And but like I said, I think of you guys, but you know, I'm happy what I'm doing.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm always here for you guys, and you know, like I said, nothing but love.
Yes, sir.
I don't hate anybody. I love everybody, and
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
you guys were, you know, a good group of guys that I spent, you know, in the district on 24 years. So, thank you, Superintendent, for
Thank
allowing
you.
it to happen, and the board and the administration. I know that Keisha and Jennifer, and not too much Sherry, but some Sydney, you know, I know you guys glad you don't get those calls anymore.
Well, Kenneth, I'll tell you what, I missed the calls because you gave me so much information that I wouldn't have gotten had it not been for you. So my number has not changed.
I heard that.
All right.
Mr. Superintendent, I think it's only appropriate that we thank Ms. Williams for sharing him.
Yeah, we did. I did earlier.
He did.
I underscore that again. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we have to thank her for sharing him with us, because it could have been very different. And she's been very open and very positive by allowing us to afford much of his time from her. And
That's
now,
right.
Kenneth, we're gonna have to step it up.
You're right.
Yeah. But no, thank you guys. I really appreciate
thank
it.
you.
I appreciate this.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate having this. You know, this Sydney made sure that my wife got it today. And
Yes.
they met up on the parking lot. So I appreciate this. You know, this means a lot, because they say 24 years, you know, that's more than, you know, that's a long time. And,
A lot
you
of
know,
time.
You know, my
I
job.
don't know, Superintendent, maybe we need to retire his jersey next.
You might need to, huh?
You know,
No, but that is a lot of time, though. That's a lot of time.
From being on my job,
A
even
lot of
for 40
hours.
my job almost will be 43 years in July, but I'm going to try to give that up. I'm going to try to give it up. I'm going to try to do one more year, then I'm going to give that up. So,
Wow. Okay.
so I mean, then I'll devote my full time at the county, which I'm doing now, but you know, I'll just try to play it in between. But thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All
Yes, sir.
God bless you.
Very welcome, Kenny.
all right.
Thank you, Ken.
Thanks again.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Hey,
Yes,
Kenny,
sir.
Yes, sir.
that number is still the same?
Is it still okay, Mr. Clark? I'll be giving you a call tomorrow.
Kenneth, this is Susie. I just want to say that I wish you the best.
Thank you, Susie. And I should have always mentioned you. I don't know how to. I mean, I didn't understand when the superintendent brought you with him, but when you retired the first time, and I had a conversation, he was lost.
Right.
All of
He
us
never-
were lost.
Right.
Hey,
Well, I tell you, Kenneth, this is not working.
well, he found me, Kenneth.
Hey,
Yeah.
I would have too.
And you did a lot for us, Susie. And I should have.
Yes.
I should include you, but I am including you too. You know, thank you for all your help. You've helped me out a whole lot. You kept all of us in line.
Well,
Yeah.
you're
Still do,
welcome. It
Kenneth.
was my pleasure to serve.
You know,
Hey, Kenneth, still do.
from receipts to how many
Yes.
to your master board and all your committee. Yeah, Susie, you're an excellent person.
But thank you,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
I wish you and your family the best.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kenneth.
All right. Well, I'm not gone yet, Irma. I'm still around.
Oh,
You know, I'm
what? We'll
don't
talk.
think. Yeah, we'll talk. You ain't gonna get rid of me that quick. Thank you, guys.
Well,
You're
this is
welcome.
definitely
Have a good night.
a tough act to follow, but the only way we could do that is with some recognitions for students. So those are going to come next. So Abe, when you have a moment, you can advance the slide. And we'll share about our Racial Harmony Award recipients. 8 students from East St. Louis School District 189 were named recipients of the 2020 Racial Harmony Awards. These students, who were nominated by their school principal, were publicly recognized through a virtual ceremony on February 28th for their efforts to serve as a peacemaker and as a leader who promotes goodwill and respect in the community. Additionally, an East St. Louis School District 189 graduate, who is also a parent and grandparent of students attending the district, received an award. These awardees include Diamond Williams from Young Alternative, Camille Rice from East St. Louis Senior High School, Brooke Stevenson from Lincoln Middle School, Patience Prude from Mason Clark Middle School, Carterian Guyton from Bush Elementary School, Brianna White from Avant, Mohammed Abdi from Wright Elementary, Michael Smith from Dunbar Elementary, and Michelle McGee, who is a Lincoln class of 1990 graduates and is a current parent and grandparent of School District 189 students. Each of these awardees received a Racial Harmony Award certificate, medallion, gift card, plus recognition and certificates from Congressman Mike Boss, Senator Christopher Belt, Representative Latoya Greenwood, and Representative Jay Hoffman.
All right.
School District 189 also had several presenters at the Illinois 60 by 25 conference. The annual Illinois 60 by 25 Network Conference was held virtually February 22 through 25 and featured 2 of our representatives. Isaiah Haynes, an East St. Louis Senior High School senior and member of the Superintendent Student Advisory Council, served as one of the featured youth voices at the conference. Additionally, Kisa Garrett, Chief of Schools, was co-presenter during a session entitled Translating Parent, Student, and Practitioner Needs into Policy and Practice. The Illinois 60 by 25 network works towards the goal that 60% of all Illinois adults will have a college or career credential by the year 2025. John Thornton has been awarded the Living the Legacy Award. On January 18th, John Thornton, who's a homeless attendance truancy officer at East St. Louis Senior High School, received the Living the Legacy Award at the East St. Louis Martin Luther King celebration. Mr. Thornton was recognized for working in the community, encouraging people to do the right thing, supporting students, and providing students and families with the necessary information and resources to meet their needs. His supervisor, Dr. Tiffany Golson, states, Mr. Thornton goes above and beyond for our youth before and after school hours. One of our PE teachers has also been highlighted in a national publication. David Kober, PE teacher at Wright Elementary School, was highlighted in the recent digital issue of District Administration, which is a K-12 national media service. The article titled, PE is what kids need to beat the COVID slide, was published February 8th. And the article highlighted how Mr. Kober combines movement and creativity to keep students moving and motivated during virtual learning. He incorporates tools that allows kids to build and even code their own games. Mr. Kober also organizes fitness challenges using online stopwatches that students have coded themselves. And last but not least, we are also applauding our Buildings and Grounds Department. 8 staff members making up the Building and Grounds Department are being recognized as the Dream Team by their administrator, Mr. Alonzo Nelson. These dedicated hard workers take pride in ensuring their jobs are well done. Particularly during our inclement weather, they have been called upon to handle early morning snow removal and recently devoted countless hours to clear water and minimize damage from burst sprinkle heads at both the high school and the Board of Education building, often overnight. These team members include Kim Haywood, Terrell Irvin, Alan Bowers, James Rucker, Randy Hood, Stanford Riley, Dwan Robinson, and include also Mr. Nelson. We thank each member of the Buildings and Grounds Department for making sure our buildings in this district are safe and well-maintained. Thank you. And this concludes our recognitions for this evening.
Mr. Culver, does that end our recognitions? Does that end the recognitions?
Yes, ma'am. That concludes our recognitions.
Ms. Galladay, I would like to say a special thanks to the Buildings and Grounds Department because I know that's not easy for them. And it's not like it's a ton of them, but just thank you. And I think that, Mr. Superintendent, that's an appropriate recommendation. That's appropriate to acknowledge all of their efforts.
Yeah, they've done an outstanding job during some difficult times for sure.
Yeah, buddy.
Mr. President, did you want to take over?
No, you're doing good. Go ahead. You're doing a great job, man. You're doing a great job.
Okay, well, next we'll move to approval of board meeting minutes. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the February 9th, 2021 special.
Second.
But there's two sets of minutes to be approved.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
This is Miss Adams. I second the February 9th and February 23rd regular board meeting minutes.
Miss Adams, if you want to take it over, go ahead and be my guest. I'm trying to read what's on here. If you guys would show me some respect, that would be great.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard the president make the first, so I just follow behind. Please continue to do what you're doing.
Thank you. Mr. President, motion to approve the minutes of the February 9th, 2021 special board meeting and the February 23rd, 2021 regular board meeting. May I have a motion and a second, please?
You got a motion, ma'am.
And you have a second.
We have a motion for Mr. Clark. We have a second from Ms. Adams. Were there any questions, any corrections? If not,
no
roll
questions.
call, please.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
Ms. Adams,
Yes.
Ms. Carr,
Ms. Clark, yes.
Ms. Clay, Ms. Galladay,
Yes.
Mr. Greenwood, Mr. Lockett.
Yes.
You have 5 yeas, motion passed. Next on the agenda is the presentations and the reports. Do we have any presentations or reports?
No, ma'am.
Are there any public comments?
I think we had one, Ms. Galladay.
Okay,
I don't know. Ask Susan if she come.
did the
We did not get any public comment requests.
Okay, then we don't worry about it.
Okay, with no public comments, I'll ask for a motion to go into executive session for the purpose to discuss personnel, employee appointments, employments, compensation, dismissals, complaints. There's other items that we can go into executive session for, but basically this is what we're looking at. Mr. Clark made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion for Mr. Clark, a second for Mr. Lockett. Any questions before we go into executive session? Roll call, please.
Mr. Clark,
Yes.
Mr. Lockett,
Yes.
Ms. Adams,
Yes.
Ms. Carr,
Yes.
Ms. Clay, Ms. Galladay,
Yes,
Mr. Greenwood.
we have 5 yeas, motion carries.
Okay.
We'll now go into executive session.
Okay, if everyone would give me a few minutes or maybe a minute to move the public back to the waiting room, and I will stop the YouTube stream, and I will let you know when I'm ready for you to continue into closed session.
Okay,
All
we'll
right.
just wait on you, and then we'll
Yeah,
open up a
just-
closed session.
Yeah, just stand by 1 minute or so.
Yes, sir.